What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from the Last Corvette, and today we're going to service the rear axle or the diff on this gas-powered club car. As you can see, this is your fill port. This is your drain port right there. I got a pan set up, and yes, as they say, and it's very true, you always want to try and crack open your fill. Because if you can't, then you're going to have a hell of a time getting the gear lube into the diff. So anyway, those are the screws right there. They're the same size. You will need a 9/16 socket. Let me get up here. Right here, 9/16. And this golf cart calls for 80-90 gear oil. I picked out Lucas, and I'm going to show you the way I fill it. I have a small little pump. It just makes less of a mess. All right, so this is what I normally use to refill stern drives, outboards, or really any other diff or axle fluid. It makes it super simple. It goes right into either a quart bottle or whatever else you have. And then this side technically is supposed to be threaded into like an outboard or a stern drive, but we're not going to do that. It just makes it a lot easier when it comes to making a mess trying to refill this rear axle. All right, so it fits in like this, obviously screws right over the threads of the bottle, and now we're ready to pump. These pumps can be bought online if you search like stern drive, gear loop pump, West Marine, or really any other boating store. Some Walmarts do carry it as well if you come across a Walmart that's near like a marina or a body of water. So let me show you how easy this works. All right, so we got this is our fill port. We got our hose going to the fill port. We're connected to the jug, and the whole idea here is to pump enough gear lube into this diff or this rear axle that we start to get gear lube coming out from the fill port. And once you get a nice steady stream coming from the fill port, you're going to close it up and the service is done. Of course, I have the drain port now capped off, the bolts back in, and let's do this. So it's going to look something like this. So here we go. We're pumping away. I think this whole setup takes like under a quart. I'm not sure.
Hi. Oh my god, you scared me so bad.
And since I just bought this golf cart, it's nice to kind of change the fluid. That way, at least you know that it's fresh. It's not low. The last portion of this video is I'll pull it out and we'll see, the condition of the gear lube oil that I took out. So anyway, we're gonna keep pumping until we get gear lube coming out from the fill port. And by the way, when I did remove the fill port, there was gear lube coming out, so at least I know that it was filled all the way. All right, let me stop recording and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's fully filled. All right, so when you see a steady trickle, that's how you know it's filled, coming out of your fill port, as you can see. And we're gonna drain it off a little bit, and then I'll give a couple of more pumps, and that's gonna be it. All right, so all of our tools are put away, and let's see what we got here. Let's kind of bring it out to the sun, see if there's any metal shavings or anything. I don't see anything. There's definitely gonna be some gunk because I use this for many applications. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely due. That color difference is some of the new gear lube that I put in. It's kind of mixing in, separating. But yeah, so we got new gear lube. It's always nice to get a fresh start. At least you know. The good thing is this one was filled. But of course it's also nice to just get something that is, you know, nice and fresh and clean, and help preserve your golf cart so you don't get into costly repairs. All right, talk to you guys later.